All right, hi you guys. This is the part 3 of hair, prayer, and self-care. Today I'm going to be focusing on correct form while exercising. So just a first thing, I just want to let you guys know I have my master's in education, so I'm going to try to teach you guys the best way that I know how to perform exercises correctly. And I've also been a certified personal trainer for a little over 6 years now, so I have some knowledge in the exercise and fitness realm. I have been a one-on-one instructor, a group fitness coach, things like that for, like I said, a little over 6 years. So I do have some credibility and some knowledge in this area, and I hope that you guys can learn from this. So first, what I want to let you guys know is that self-care, when it comes to fitness, it's very important. We're going to live in our body for the rest of our lives, and it's important that our body is functioning properly, that it's moving correctly, and that when we do things, when it comes to working out, that we're doing them correctly. We don't want to do anything wrong, because if we do it wrong, one, we won't get the most out of the exercise that we're doing, and two, we can cause injury to ourselves. And injury can cost a lot of money, can cost a lot of time, and it hurts. So I just want to let you guys know that when you work out, pain is not normal. Pain is not okay. If you feel pain, you should stop the exercise immediately. What you should feel is a burn from your muscles when you're working out, but you should not feel pain whatsoever. If you're feeling pain, you're doing it wrong. So these are the exercises that I'm going to show you guys how to do today. If you've ever felt pain doing these exercises, or if you feel like maybe when you have done these exercises, they didn't bring out the most benefit for you, what I want to do is show you how to do them correctly. And after you do them correctly, your workouts will be significantly better. So these are the top 7 exercises that I'm going to try today. Another day I'll probably do another 7 and then maybe another 7 another time. But I feel like these are really popular. Everyone really loves doing these exercises, and these are some of my favorite, and I feel like I have to be a stickler on form, and so should you. So let's get started, and I hope you enjoy.
All right, so for exercise number 1, I'm going to teach you guys how to do squats. So I'm going to stand from the side to show you guys how to do it. You're going to make sure you stand hip width apart, keep your back and your abs nice and tight, nice and flat. And when you go down, make sure you're pressing off with your heels. Stand up, squeeze your butt. Squeeze those glutes as you come up, nice and tight. Make sure that you're pressing off with those heels. Make sure that those knees are not going farther than your toes. Keep your chest up and repeat. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do a deep squat. Just similar to a regular squat, except for you're going to go as low as you can. Still keep your back flat, keep those abs in, squeeze those glutes. Some people can't do that because they don't have enough ankle flexibility. So if you can't, that's okay. Just do a regular squat and that's okay. Now from the front, make sure that you keep those hips your feet hip width apart. You're going to go down. Make sure that those knees don't cave in. Still keep the chest up. If you have a band, you can put that around your knees, and that will help a lot. This is how you should not do it. Make sure that your form is consistent. Make sure that you have good body awareness. Keep everything nice and tight. Keep the chest up. See here how my knees are going in? That we want to avoid. All right, now for the exercise number 2, I'm going to show you guys how to do lunges. So what you're first going to want to do is just take a decent step forward. What you're going to need to do is drop the back knee as you're going to go down. When you go down, make sure that your knee, the front knee, is parallel to your ankle. And when you come up, try to press off with that heel in the front. You should have about 70 to 80% of your weight in the front leg that's doing the exercise, and then about 20 to 30% in the back leg just to help you with your balance. When you're doing a lunge, you're mainly working the front leg, so just keep that in mind. All right, now from the front, I'm going to show you. So you still drop that back knee. Make sure both your knees stay in line. They shouldn't be caving in or going out. Try to keep the chest up. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. For doing it incorrectly, sometimes I notice that people's feet are too close together. You're going to want to step a little farther forward, and like the squat, you don't want those knees caving in. So try to make sure that those knees are staying out and they're not going too far out. For exercise number 3, I'm going to show you guys how to do a push-up correctly. So from here, you're going to want to get into a plank position. You're going to want to push out as far as you can from your hands. That way it's nice and tight in your chest and your shoulder area. Keep those feet flat. And right here, I like to go all the way down into a push-up just to make sure that my form is nice and perfect. I like my body to be straight from my head to my toes. So I go all the way down and I flex those abs as tight as I can, and I push all the way up, all into my shoulders when I come up. If a regular push-up is too hard, here is a modified version. Just drop your knees to the ground, but make sure that your body is still staying in line. Here, I'm showing you how to do it incorrectly. If you go all the way down, your whole body needs to come all the way up. So make sure that you're staying in line no matter what. If you look like this when you're working out, it's probably too hard. Also, from your knees, push your butt in. Do not keep that butt out. All right, so for exercise number 4, I'm gonna show you guys how to do hip bridges. So from here, you're gonna lay on your back. You're gonna wanna keep your back on the floor, and those heels should be right under your knees. From here, you're gonna squeeze your butt and go up as high as you possibly can. Try to reach for the stars on this one, because the higher up you go, the more you're using those glutes, the more you're working your butt. So squeeze those glutes, go all the way up, press off with the heels, never on the toes. You should feel this in your butt and in your hamstrings as well. So the back of your legs and your butt. All right, so for exercise number 5, I'm gonna show you guys how to do Romanian deadlifts, or also known as RDLs. So from here, I'm gonna show you with the kettlebell. What you're gonna wanna do is have a slight bend in your knees, keep your back nice and flat, keep those abs nice and tight, and bring those shoulders back. They should be nice and flexed before you come up. You're gonna wanna keep the weight as close to your body as you can. Come up, squeeze those glutes. You're always gonna wanna squeeze your butt. So drop it down. Always make sure you have a slight bend in your knees. Make sure you continue to keep those abs nice and tight, shoulders back, and your back is flat. So this is how to do it incorrectly. I'm not going to show you with the weight because I could really injure myself, but rounding your back is a no-no. Make sure that your form is always key. Keep that back nice and flat. All right, so for exercise number 6, I'm going to show you guys how to do leg raises correctly. So from here, I always start with my knees tucked into my chest because I want to make sure that my back is nice and flat. My back should be on the ground the whole time as I lower my legs. One thing I like to do is to put my hand underneath my back just to make sure that my back is not caving up or rounding out. This is making it a little bit easier if you bend your knees and going down instead of keeping the legs straight, because sometimes that might just be too difficult if you're starting out. All right, so for this part, I put my shirt up just a little bit so to show you guys my low back and what it looks like when your low back is coming off of the floor and what it looks like staying on the floor. So I'm gonna move my arm in a little bit and you'll see what it looks like when my back is coming off the floor. You're not working your abs when you do that, and in fact, your back is gonna hurt more. So try to keep those abs tight no matter what. For exercise number 7, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a plank. So from here, go into plank position. You can either choose your elbows or your hands, but I'm doing elbows. You're gonna wanna try to arch your back a little bit just to engage your abs a little bit more. From here, you're gonna pretend like your elbows and your knees are like squeezing together, trying to come together, because that will engage your abs a lot more. Keep that back up the whole time. Something you don't want to do is when you get tired that your butt will drop a little bit and that your shoulder blades will stick up and your knees will go down. If you're not doing it correctly, you might as well just stop and wait and rest and then go back into it again. And if that's too hard, you can always drop down to your knees, go up to your hands. Just make sure that your body is straight always.